Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Focus on Gaming podcast. I am Tom, and I'm here with Duncan.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm all good. All good. It's election day here. We recorded this on election day in the UK.
Yeah, we just debated politics for the last.
Yeah, so we won't bore you with that. But
Yeah,
fair to say, I think we're all in agreement. Anything but the Tories.
yeah.
So
Cough, cough.
that's our gaming, our non-gaming section over.
Well, it's been a bit of a non-gaming week, isn't it? Because there's not really much in the news. It's all a bit quiet.
Yep, bit boring. It's the summertime, dull time.
That's it.
But today we're saying there's the Wii U. It's bad news if Martin and I think yourself, you still have one, don't you? The Wii U. There's no more spare parts. They've run out of spare parts. So no, this is official Nintendo parts from in Japan. They've already closed down Wii U repairs around the world, I think.
That's
and
right,
this is for Japan only. But
Yeah.
I think people probably were sending them in from all over the place. But yeah, so
it's over,
all the official boards, the official processors, Wi-Fi boards or whatever it is that's in them. Yep, no more. So
on the upside, that means cheaper parts, cheaper repairs, 3D printed stuff. We're fine, people. Let's not panic.
Yeah, this is official part. But I mean, things like processors and Wi-Fi, all the main boards. Obviously, if they're gone, you're useless. But you have got a load of plastic parts, I suppose.
Yeah,
you've got all the cases and other parts.
And there's unofficial servers that you can now log on to download virtual console games, homebrew.
And as well, don't forget what you said before we came on. You are an owner of Wii U. This is now going to go up in price only.
Yeah, I won't be selling it, but yeah, it is.
I mean, they're already expensive, aren't they? Pre-owned.
80 quid, I think, with a couple of games.
Okay, so not too bad.
No,
but I can see that doubling in a couple of years.
I think so, and I think if you've got a boxed Wii U, and thankfully Nintendo provided plastic casing for the games, unlike the NES and SNES days where it was all cardboard. Yes. So the games really look after themselves, and they, to be honest with you, I think they were some of the nicest box displays that they ever released. So time will tell. I think we're going to see the value go up. It seems like Super Nintendo value is going down, but with hopefully Wii U going up and some of the more retro stuff going down. But interestingly, I think the one that's holding its value the most is the NES and the Game Boy, the original Game Boy. So interesting times. The old mini consoles seem to, like the SNES Mini and Mega Drive Mini, helped push the prices back down again, which was nice.
Yeah, I think. I think a lot of people they want to play on original hardware, and they don't want to emulate. And although that's emulating, it makes them sort of feel like they're not.
Yeah, it's almost like therapy without buying the original kit. So,
and without having to pay £80 an hour.
Then you got the FPGA
boards.
Yeah,
I don't know what they are. I watched Linus Tech Tips, and he goes on about FPGA boards quite a lot, and I'm always like, he's explained them a few times, and I never quite get them. But I think they're basically a board that could do a lot of things.
It's not emulation. It's basically a modern day version of that piece of kit, from what I understand it. I may well be very, very wrong on this, but I mean, you got the Analog Pocket and various other ones. I mean, the Analog Pocket's premium Game Boy replica. Outstanding piece of kit for like £200. But with adapters that you can buy, you can play Link's, Game Gear, all the different variations of Game Boy from color to advanced. And then get to the TV as well. But
I completely forgot. Actually, this is something I'm launching on you now. I actually played one of those Playdate consoles with the hand crank recently. A friend of
Any
mine,
good?
Tommy, if he's listening. And yeah, it was quite interesting. Had some very good game, great screen. It's got a good build quality to it. So it was quite interesting. Obviously, you pay a premium for that quality, and but yeah, apparently you get to a certain amount of games every week. So on a Monday, I was sitting with him actually. He got all excited because a game came through as he was sitting chatting to me.
Okay.
I played that, and although it's monochrome, it was a nice screen.
So it doesn't need batteries. You crank it to power it.
No, well, I think it recharged. You charge it. The crank is actually a part of the controller.
Oh, right. Okay.
So you have games where you might have to carefully control things, or it might be a jump in, like a left and right kind of thing. There was all sorts. There was shooter games, there was puzzle games, there was platformer games, there was fighting games, everything. Because it's got a D-pad and a BA buttons. So I played that. Whether I buy one myself, probably not. Now I played one, I'm satisfied that I played one.
You've done it. You moved on.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the Sega Game Gear Minis that they released. You remember the Sega released the Game Gear Minis that were tiny?
No.
You could play games on them. I think it had like Sonic built in, but they were so tiny. You had to be like micro Lego style person to be able to play it with any, like whatever you want to call it,
any precision
kind of thing. But yeah, I think once you tried it, you kind of go, move on.
Sorry, I just thought I'd throw that in.
The only one that's really interested me is the Analog Pocket, because you can now download ROMs onto it as well as use original cartridges. So that one does interest me. And I'd love them to do a re-release of the Atari Lynx. I think that'd be really, really good, but it isn't going to happen. So,
in terms of a tiny thing, I saw a video recently of the smallest gaming console in the world, and it's about I'd say maybe 2 inches tall, and it's called the Thummy.
Yeah. I've got the hand for that.
Anyone not watching on the video is not going to understand that, but I don't know what it plays. I think it's some kind of the screen is so tiny. I think it's like a 32 by something screen or something. It's absolutely tiny. It's literally Thummy. So thumb, THUMBY, and it's smaller than a thumb. So look it up. I'll have to research it. But that looks interesting. But no, so that's
stuff out there.
That's all our news, really, isn't it? Because it's a bit of a quiet time. But that gives us more time
to
chat about things that make us angry. Now, I'll let you start on this one because I've got a feeling that we're going to disagree a lot on this.
All right. I'm going to say this now because I listened to a podcast about this today, and they mentioned gaming as part of this, but it's partly non-gaming, partly gaming. AI is going to change the world. So
AI is?
People telling you that AI is going to change the world from gaming to tech. It's not going to change the world. What's going to happen is they're going to release it everywhere. It's going to flop, and then it's going to disappear into things like predictive text and be a nothing thing. Okay? No one wants it. No one needs it. No one's interested. And it will not work in gaming. So all these people that are now jumping on the bandwagon with gaming and AI, forget it. Okay? Not going to take your job. Yeah?
I'd say some companies they are looking at AI. I did a survey recently, and it was about AI as customer service, and it was saying, how do you feel that this AI chatbot chatted to you? And I'm like, it was very fake kind
Yeah.
of thing. But
No,
there are so many things. I'll go back to LTT, Linus Tech Tips. I was listening to them, and they say, they have a writing team, but they also use AI to complement them. And that's I think how people need to look at it. It's like you said, predictive text is not AI, but it's why do we need dictionaries anymore?
Yeah.
we got spelling things, but then you need the human being to go, no, I don't mean that name. You're predicting the wrong thing. I'm trying to say annual, not anus.
Well, let's face it, chatbots are irritating. Most of the time you use Cora on the NatWest banking app. She's just thick as.
They are very basic ones, though. I mean,
I know, but even like Chat GPT, it's so easy to break it. Google Gemini is now built into all Android phones. You can't get rid of it, and it's coming to
only
Google
in certain
Assistant.
countries, because it's only just come to the UK. It's been in the US for 4 months, 5 months.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, it's okay, but it's coming to Google Assistant soon. We're actually going to get a Gemini Google Assistant, and you'll be able to choose which one you use. But
I've opted for Gemini.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
What, on your Google Assistant?
Yeah.
Is it active?
Yeah. No, I even sideloaded it to make it get it earlier. Yes,
it's the best of the bunch.
Well, the way I look, the way I looked at it, the side loading, I could always go back if it didn't work. And there are certain things. If I go into Gemini and then ask it to do an assistant thing, it goes, "I'm an AI, not an assistant."
Yeah.
But if I activate it as an assistant, it comes up and going, "Hello, I'm Gemini. What would you like me to assist you with?"
Doesn't work on
turn the lights on.
Doesn't work on my speakers yet, though.
No, it's not on.
No,
it's only on the phones at the moment because it is still. Let's face it, it's still beta.
Yeah,
beta, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
So yeah, look, AI annoyed me, and I'm a big tech fan, as you know. It annoyed me when they started talking about it in the tech industry. I was like, it's not every tech presentation doesn't need to be 45 minutes about AI and 6 minutes about phones. It's not necessary for everyone to harp on about it. Just put it behind the scenes in your products and leave it like that. We're launching this new thing that does this, and it's backed by AI. Great, move on. All right. But then when I heard it in gaming, I was like, okay, so apparently this is what's going to happen. All of the bots that you see on the games, okay, are all going to be AI, so they can learn and adapt to the way in which you play.
There are a few available. If you go on Steam, there are some available already. They are, again, they're very rough and ready, and there's some hilarious videos on like YouTube. Various YouTubers have played these games where they chat to people, and they're not very good. It's not using the best version. It's not using Chat GPT 4 or something like that. It's quite terrible chatbots, really.
And if you can't chat properly, how's it going to use AI to play and beat a player with the human touch?
We are still in the early days of AI, and I think that there is the worry that at the moment you get the shovelware games where they just use the same textures and artifacts in a million different games, or they just steal a game, change it slightly, and release it. And there is the risk that in the future that an AI will be developed that will be able to go, "Oh, that's a good game. I will copy that," and somebody will release it on Steam. They might only make $100 from it, but if they make $100 and they can get this AI to make 1,000 games, that's $100,000.
Yeah,
and if that AI could create a game in 20 minutes that would take a shovelware team a week currently, and that's a team of people doing the shovelware. Yeah, it's scary, but also you never know. They could spit out the odd
Classic.
good one. Yeah,
There was an interesting thing I saw on the Google presentation where the woman put on the smart glasses and said, "Gemini, what's missing in this code?" And it gave her the code that was missing to make it work. That was impressive. That was very impressive.
I have seen. What game was it in recently? There was actually a big game where what they've done is in the corner is it's a limited chatbot that you can basically go. I'm having. You can literally click a button and go. I'm having a problem solving this puzzle, and it can see what you're doing in the game, and it goes, "Oh, I see you're in this area, and you haven't done this. Here it is. This is what you need to do." And that was an AI. So I think that kind of minimal assistance.
I can see that worth.
Yeah, that could work, but yeah, in terms of the creative, you cannot replace the creative part of gaming, movies, news, all this kind of thing. I mean, you see the gaming news nowadays. I mean, it's a bit like podcasting, really. It's a crowded market, and there's so many articles that you're like, that was quite obviously scraped off the internet.
Yeah.
By an AI and written by an AI.
Yeah.
Thing.
Definitely. I'm up for AR. I'm not up for AI. So anyway, that's my first rant over. Give me something that annoys you.
I think that AI has a place, but it's still to find its place.
Yeah.
And I think
it needs in the toilet.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go directly for a game and a genre.
Go for it.
Smash Brothers.
Ugh, I'm with you.
I bloody hate. I cannot stand it.
Yeah.
I don't know why people love it so much. You've got a game where hitting people does no damage to them, or it does do damage, I don't know, but it's to do with them flying off the screen and not flying off the screen. Sometimes you could just jump off and jump back. And
then it zooms out, so you can't even see what you're doing anyway.
Oh, God, I'm like, I thought you were a Smash Brothers player.
No.
You hate it as well? Oh, God.
I own two versions of it. On the Switch and the Wii U, and both are abysmal.
I've tried to get people to sit there and explain how to play it, and I still don't get it.
No, I'm with you.
I've only started playing. I literally touched on it, maybe in my 20s, something, maybe emulating something, I don't know. But mostly, I've been playing it in my 30s and 40s, and I just don't get it.
No.
I like a fighting game. I like a bit of Soul Calibur, Tekken, all this kind of thing. And so maybe my brain is just stuck on you hit somebody, their energy goes down. You guard, your energy goes down a little less.
Well, their energy does go down in the game.
But then that's not how you win.
No.
I went to a gaming night, actually, with the same friend who had the Playdate thing. And one time... They used to have a thing where two people's name were drawn out of a hat, and those two people would play to win a prize.
Mm-hmm.
And I got picked the one time when it was Smash Brothers. The person I was playing against was a Smash champion kind of thing. A local sort of really good player. And I'm like, what? I just.
Did you lose?
Yes, I definitely lose. I think the guy sort of let me have a few sort of hits and whatnot. But I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm like, I've got loads of hits on him. Why aren't I winning? What's these percentages? And these percentages they have, this is about how much you can jump back. And I'm like, why can he jump back? And I don't get it. I don't like it, and I don't care about. I'm somebody. One thing I do hate. Oh God, see, it's getting me wound up. I do hate people who go, "Oh, I don't like this game. 1 out of 10." I hate it. I hate it when people do that, and it's like, no. You think somebody will say, "Oh, it's a little short." 1 out of 10. What? Give it a 5 out of 10. Give it
I
a
don't know
4
when
out of
people
10. Give
say
it a
that
6
it's a
out of
little
10.
short,
It's trash.
or you've got too much time in your hands to actually play through it that quickly.
Yeah, or whatever they're moaning about a game. It's a teeny tiny thing that I've played right through a game, so obviously like it that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's trash. I'll give it 1 out of 10. But no, Smash Brothers, I give 1 out of 10, and it makes me angry. Angry that game does that people like it. Now, I'm sorry if people don't like that, but I just don't like it. And I have tried it. I have tried it again and again and again.
So you try to like it, and you just can't get with it. That's
and
it.
Breathe.
Woosah. Right. My next pet hate is gaming companies, developers, that release games, and then 3 years into the game, they're releasing a new version, and they kill the servers on the old version, despite the fact you've still got millions of people playing it.
You mean like Ark?
Ark, loads of them. Splatoon, which is an incredible game. Loads of them. Street Fighter Online. I mean, you name it. Battle for Middle Earth. I mean, come on. If I've paid my money, that game should be available online to the day I die.
Yeah, I mean the issue obviously is, and I'm not saying it's right because it isn't. I agree with you. Is that they have servers, and they just shut the servers off. What they should be allowing is peer-to-peer online.
Yeah, should be a
Which,
final.
I mean, there are security issues with that. There are cheating issues with that. So
it gives it.
There is reasons why they do it, but there are a lot of games out there where developers, normally independent developers or just generally nice developers, who have gone, right, we're cutting off the servers for this. What we're going to do is make it offline. We're going to make it where you can have your own servers and whatnot.
Yeah.
But but there's so many games. Yeah.
Just do a final update that makes it P2P and an offline mode. And then you have a disclaimer and terms and conditions that says you accept this at your own risk, and people accept and they know what they're letting themselves in for. That should be it. It's disgraceful that you've got people nowadays that are buying games that are 60, 70 pounds, and one, within a couple of years, it's off. Two, they might go and some kid that's saving money up goes to CEX, picks up a game, and then finds out they can't play it online. I mean, bugger off! You've made your millions, given the option.
I mean, let's face it. A lot of the time, it's they haven't made their millions. That's the problem. But it's normally not the developers as well. The developers are quite often are. No, we love this game. We want to make it better. It's normally the publishers and who are the ones who are. Yeah, because the publishers are the ones with the money. And sometimes EA develop and publish, have their own developers and their own publishing arms. But a lot of these ones, it's the developers are pleased. We want to keep making this game. But unfortunately, sometimes, a lot of these big companies, they've got to make a certain amount of money per year.
Yeah.
Or a percentage increase or something.
You just reminded me of something else that pisses me off.
I think there's going to be a lot of that.
Honestly, I was just thinking it's gone completely out of my head, as you said to what you said then.
I was talking about developers and publishers.
Yeah, no, it's gone completely. But it was something for a second there that really annoyed me. It'll come back to me. You carry on with your next one.
Well, my next one. Now, I won't say like. Imagine you are out on the street and you bump into Usain Bolt, and you go, right, I want to race you, and you run down the street. He obviously jogs and he's 10 times faster than you, and you turn around and go, I had carnal relations with your mother. To Usain Bolt. You wouldn't do that, would you? You'd go, oh, he's faster than me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all you little children out there, if there are little children out there, you're not the best in the world, and you're probably not going to be the best. So when you lose, just go, hey, I lost. Let's have another game. Because it's meant to be fun. So all your Call of Duty bros, all your people who have had carnal relations with my dead mum, just have fun. So toxicity is my main one. All these people who just take something so seriously. Okay, if you're playing your mate or somebody who you know is like 3 years old online and they go gaga goo goo and they still beat you because you accidentally dropped your control or something, go, oh, that was really annoying. Then move on and have another go and have fun doing it.
Yeah, regulate yourself. Yeah. I can't stand Gorilla Tag on the Quest.
I haven't played that. I've heard a lot about it, but
so what happens is they go into this cave as such, or this area or treehouse, and they have to climb around. Okay, and they play tag.
Is that with the controllers? You have to literally climb.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they have to play tag, and then occasionally these like demonic gorillas appear, who will kick you out of the game and ban you for a period of time. And they are bots, and some of them have different names, and they are.
Are these meant to, or is this like a glitch?
I don't know if it's a glitch or whether it's meant to be. I'm really not going to it. But what annoys me about this game more so, one, it looks shite completely. I mean, if you're going to release a game, put some effort into the graphics.
I mean, it does work on the Quest 2, though, doesn't it? So
it works on. Yeah, it's available on the MetaQuest headsets. But what really, really annoys me is all these 8-year-olds or whatever age they are screaming at the top of their lungs, and then they're like, "Fuck!" And I'm like, "Where are your parents?
I really have
parents doing that you're allowing them to do
Are we going full? I've got to click on the explicit for this episode.
Oh,
because it's so making us so angry.
And then all of a sudden, out of all
fuck.
And out of all these little high pitched voices on this game, all of a sudden you'll get someone go, I'm a 45-year-old man and I'm playing this game as well. And you think, what are you doing on there that you need to play with 8-year-olds?
Hello, I think you just answered your own question there, didn't you?
You're obviously a pedo. You have no right to be on there unless you're a father that's playing with his kid. Not literally.
Is it literally aimed at children that get the game? Or
yes, it is in no way, shape, or form meant for anything other than kids. But it's.
Are we talking like people think Fortnite is for kids, or are we talking that's one step above Peppa Pig?
One step above Peppa Pig.
One step.
I think Fortnite has moved on to something that's for everyone. But
I think it's definitely it's this metaverse thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy Fortnite. I would like them to make a VR version of it. But in terms of Gorilla Tag, I would like to get hold of that gorilla and all those 8-year-olds and tear them limb from limb, and then feed them to the paedophile in the game.
Is there a mod for that?
Let's hope so.
Well, there you go. If anyone listening is a modder, then we want an official Gorilla Tag ripping the gorillas apart mod.
Yeah.
Never know. There might be somebody listening.
Now, can I broach something with you that I think you will find anger inducing?
Oh God.
Okay.
Go on.
Roblox.
I see. I mean, I've no feelings one way or another, to be honest. Is it
shit?
Well, yeah, I mean it's crappy graphics and
my son's
but at the same time, it is literally if you want a style of game, it's got it. It's got sim style games, it's got business style games, it's got shooters, platformers, horror games. And this is why the kids love it, because kids nowadays aren't aren't that bothered about graphics.
No, they're lazy gamers. But
Yeah.
it's like looking at what's that Duplo? It reminds me of
Yeah.
Duplo.
Oh yeah, it's definitely childish Lego
Yeah.
for
And then
kids.
my son goes, I'm driving in a Lamborghini. No, you're not.
yeah, a very blocky Lamborghini.
And then all of a sudden it goes, I hear, oh, someone's coming to my game. I'm going to race them. And they go in two separate directions. And I'm like, you're not racing. Oh, yeah, well, look at this. It's really cool. This Lamborghini, look at it. It's got an engine. It's shit.
Yeah.
It's
Do you see that car outside that's actually got an actual engine in? I drive that.
Yeah. It's just
I drive that with one hand, you little monster.
I've remembered my original rant that I was going to say earlier.
Oh, God. Before you forget it.
Why are we still paying 60 or 70 pounds for games that are released online only for digital download? It really pisses me off.
The digital versus physical.
Yeah, I love either. I don't care. All right. But when you're going to go and remaster Need for Speed Hot Pursuit on the PlayStation and on the Switch, which is a game that came out during the PlayStation 3 era, and you still want to charge me 25 quid for the game, stick it up your ass. All right. It's not even that great of a remaster, right? Mickey Mouse Castle of Illusion was £10 on digital release. That's worth it. But and it was an amazing game. But why are we paying for digital release only? So they've got no packaging, no distribution. They've got no agreements with the game stores. Just nothing at all. They're not producing instruction booklets.
I would argue with that, though. Yes, they're not. Yes, there's no physical. There's no one-off payment.
Right.
There is, however, server maintenance.
I get that. I get
server. So what it is there's a much smaller cost. Much smaller cost. I agree that, but it's forever.
I feel like you're giving them excuses, like you would give, like if you had a child that was a drug addict and you bought them drugs, okay, and say, well, I'm just doing this, I don't want them to be in pain. No. Okay.
Well, yeah,
if you released a game,
like
hang on. If you released a game and you charge £30 for that game, you are likely to sell double what you would sell if you released it at £60. There's your server maintenance right there.
Yeah. Well, this is the constant argument that a lot of developers have with, look at Vampire Survivors.
Mm-hmm.
I think the full price of that game, I think, is £3.99 or £3.99.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether it's $5 or whether it's $3.99. I don't know, but it's in UK. I think it was £3.99, and it's constantly on offer for like 50% off and whatnot for like £2, and all of the DLC is about £2, £3, some kind of thing. So you can buy that and about 3 or 4 different DLCs for less than £10, and they do bundles, which then come up. I think it all comes together for about £6-7. It has sold in the millions, like possibly tens of millions, I think. But there are also many other similar games that have tried the similar thing, and they sell 5,000.
Yeah. But look at you had the Disney have released on the Switch and PlayStation. They've done the Lion King game, the Jurassic Park games. Then you've had the Disney games. So you had, I think it was Jungle Book, Aladdin, Lion King, and something else that no one cared about.
DuckTales.
No, there was also that one, but there was the Beauty and the Beast game as well. That was the one I meant. DuckTales as well. Yeah, I know. Graphically, it was amazing. But now they're charging £25 for those compilations. That, to me, isn't so bad because it's worthwhile in what it's releasing. But when you've got like the 18th Assassin's Creed game, they all pretty much play exactly the same, but it's just in a different place.
But I've said I like a good Ubisoft collectathon. I do.
Yeah, but
I am a sucker for them.
£69.
No. I mean, we talked about Star Wars Outlaws last week, was it? The week
Yep.
before? And I've said, if it comes out and it's £70, which I think it is, I don't think I can warrant paying for it, knowing that I can wait and get it for probably 30 quid.
Yeah.
A few months later, maybe 4 months later.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, do I think £70 is worthwhile for a AAA physical or digital version of a game? Yes, in very specific circumstances. If the production values of it does feel like it's worth that.
For the
It's something like Hades.
Mm-hmm.
Not really my kind of game. It's okay. It plays very well, and people love it. Hades 1, Hades 2, but they are a much smaller team. If you look at your Assassin's Creed, your GTA, you literally have on GTA 6 probably a 5-figure number of people working on it, and if it's a 7-year production, having 10,000 people working on it, that's a lot of money. They've got to charge £70 and they've got to sell 20 million just to break the marketing budget, probably. But yeah, if something that's a remake and doesn't really add anything onto the original, no, don't charge full price.
No.
I mean,
same, I suppose.
Dead Space. That's a good example. Would you pay £70 for that? The remake?
No, absolutely not.
Would you pay
Silent Hill either?
£50 for it?
No.
30?
No. 25.
Do I hear 20?
Yeah. 25.
25. Even for the remake that was drastically different.
Yeah, 25.
So what about all the Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4?
25.
25?
Yeah. I think it's a piss take.
I mean, the Resident Evil ones, I would say they are the only thing that is not, it is the same, is the storyline. And even that, they changed little bits. So probably the only place that they actually save money is story writer. And even that, they probably still have a writer because they have a lot more speech and whatnot.
But you know how big a Silent Hill fan I am.
Yeah.
And you got the remake of Silent Hill 2 coming out, or is out now.
You did say, yeah, you wouldn't.
And I wouldn't pay for it. I would not pay 60 quid for it. I'm not doing it. You know, it will be on Game Pass or it will be on something, and it will be.
You need PC in your life, you do, because I mean, I'm not talking about pirating, but the fact is that most games you can buy legitimately and not from these marketplace resellers, from the key resellers that actually get keys for pennies quite often. I mean, at the moment, Humble Bundle at the moment have, what's it called? Playtale Requiem.
Yeah. And
you can get that with 7 other games, I think, for £8.
Yeah.
It's, you know, and Playtale Requiem, even on special offer, is going to be £20.
Yeah.
And you don't get those kind of deals on console and
I just think in the era we live in now where people can barely afford to buy food, the games companies and cinemas and all the other media outlets need to be thinking about why things aren't selling like they used to. And that is because people can't afford it. And therefore, you shouldn't make a decision between food or buying a game.
It's a bit like printers. When you buy printers, you either get a cheap printer that has really expensive ink, or you get a really expensive color laser printer, and you don't have to pay much for all the. Well, obviously you don't pay for ink for the laser printers, but but you pay for the initial thing. And I think computer PCs are like that. They are the color laser printer. You don't have to pay much for the games. And even full price games are currently on PC £60 ish. There are a couple here and there that are 70, but most of them are like £60. The ones that are £70 on consoles. So, and then Ultimate Editions. Don't buy Ultimate Editions, people. You don't need all that stuff. You don't. You really don't. But anyway, right. Next one. You're not an invert player, are you?
A what?
An invert player.
What's that?
Like invert controls.
No.
See, there are games out there that don't have the choice of invert.
I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to mute.
So, I mean, the only game I can think of recently that didn't have it was Kill It With Fire. I don't know if you saw this. This was a game with spiders, basically. You go into a room and you have to kill spiders. It was on Game Pass and it had no invert. So I played it and uninstalled it because it had no invert. I couldn't control it. I was like, there's these tiny little spiders that I've got to aim and kill, and just couldn't do it. And it really annoys me when people are like, oh, well, you should learn how to... No, I shouldn't learn how to control non-invert. I had to do that with my son all the time. Because there are also games where when you play split screen, they force you to both have the same controls. And I am an invert player, and my son is not invert.
Now there's a statement. Something about controllers that annoys me. Racing games that use the joystick. The stick.
Yeah.
No. Racing games.
You a D-pad.
Need to be on the little cross control. Is it the D-pad or not?
Yeah, the D-pad.
Because then you have precision control.
I don't know. I used to think that, but now I've got more used to the mild, like you slightly turn if you slightly move the joystick. And yeah, so if you're in Forza, for example, and you slightly move it, you slightly turn. If you, oh my god, I need to turn, you turn it hard.
Yeah, but do you know what annoys me? So here's a controller. So this should be your steering. Okay.
Yeah.
The X button should be your accelerator, and either the square or the O should be your brake. Not up here for people that don't have enough fingers to press all the buttons.
There should be the option. There should always be the option. Yes, I completely agree.
Right. What if I've got tiny hands, which and I can't reach up here? All right.
Oh, what if you haven't got fingers and you can't pull the trigger? Exactly. Yes.
And it's just like not precise. Anyone that started playing games when we started playing games, right up to the PlayStation 3, controlled it by the D-pad, and your accelerator was here.
One thing that's I think that it should be with this is that back in the day, and on PC, you always get the control bindings. You can literally go, oh, I want that button to do that. I want that button to do that. I want that button to do that. On console now, it'll be, do you want to be invert or not invert?
Yep.
And it'll be, the southpaw. So what? Swap around? I'm left-handed and I don't want to swap around moving and camera control. What's that going to do? I want to swap around the buttons and everything. Things like Halo Master Chief Collection. Yep. You can change everything. It's great. You can't. You can sort of change everything. There are a lot of options, I should say, probably. But there are some games where it's like that doesn't feel right. I wish I could change it. No, I can't change it because they've dictated that that's what I should do.
That was on Grid. Grid annoyed me because you couldn't change the controls on Grid, the racing game.
There you go.
And it's a great game.
And racing games are actually usually quite good with this because obviously you need to have third-party input support because of all the
Yeah,
racing
Need for Speed's
controllers.
very good for that.
I think Microsoft generally, Forza, I can imagine are quite good. I want to pencil that in
Yes, I think I
because obviously they do have the accessibility controller, which you can
mm.
plug whatever shit you want into it, can't you?
Now that actually leads very nicely onto my next rant.
Oh yeah,
The first level on Forza, the first race, where you have to, is it you race to the fair or something? I can't remember now. Whatever.
oh
It
yeah. I mean,
is.
well. I mean, the Forza Horizon ones, you always race to the Horizon Festival,
Yeah.
yes,
Now that's it. Right.
and then normally you race to different Horizon festivals
Yeah.
as well
Now
in the new one.
I have never got to that fucking festival. All right. Because I don't know which way I'm going. Okay. So I've never got there. Okay. So there is a way of skipping that. There's a little thing you can type in to skip it. Okay. And so I always do.
Typing, is it?
There's like a cheat you can
Okay.
put in. Yeah. I have spent over an hour trying to do that to get to that fucking festival. Right. Never found it. Always go the wrong pissing way. And it annoys the shit out of me. And I can't.
Okay, I'm going to say this is more of a you thing.
It's definitely a me thing. I think I'm dyslexic or something, and I can't play multiplayer until I complete the
Oh,
fucking
I
festival
just
level.
spat into my drink. Thank you
That's
very much.
fine. I'm sure you've had worse, but yeah. So, and I
No,
want to. I just want to
okay.
go on the game, play multiplayer. I don't care about driving to the festival. I don't want to be trained. I don't want a lesson in how to drive the car. I want to make the mistakes while I race. I want to race my mates. And I also don't want to download a freaking 60 gig game just to play multiplayer. What I want to do is get on Game Pass and I want to play multiplayer on Game Pass. But no, you have to download the game to your laptop. That's shit.
Your laptop?
Yep. So when you install it on Windows and
Yeah.
play it on Windows, you actually have to download the game to play multiplayer. You can't actually play it on Game Pass.
Oh, on cloud, you mean?
Yeah, on cloud.
Oh, so you can't play multiplayer on cloud?
No.
Okay.
So
Oh, I
that
didn't know
makes
that.
Microsoft wankers, in my opinion. So
well, there you go, Microsoft. If you want one more player of your games,
who can't get to your festival?
then you need to make multiplayer available via cloud. I didn't know that it wasn't available via cloud. The multiplayer. Oh,
That's what I was told by my mate, and I was told to download the game.
hang on, you were told?
I was told. You
Nah.
try it. You try it. So, and also scrap the festival. Just put me on a race.
Yeah, I mean the story parts of Forza Horizon are dire. Although there are some fun bits, there are some fun ones in there. It's not really needed though. But the good thing about it is that you don't have to do that. You can just do races.
Once you've got to the festival.
Once you've got to the festival, yes. Right. So shall we have, before we go on to our last one, because we have done about 40 minutes of this of angry things, because we are angry middle-aged men basically. So
yeah.
It's sort of going on from the.
Are we middle-aged though? Are we there yet? I mean, surely, yeah. If we all live to 100 now.
Well, I was going to say, if I'm going to live to 100, well, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty close to being middle-aged.
So we're not really middle-aged yet, are we? We're still young.
I mean, I'm 46 years old. I mean,
you're not middle-aged. You're not 50 yet. You're young.
I'm middle-ish. I'm middle-ish though. I'm not early age though, am I?
Don't sell yourself out too soon. Give yourself the other 4 years.
I mean, yeah. If I get to my 60s, oh my goodness,
then you're ancient.
I was going to say I'm really old. But so, well, I've got one more bit of toxicity, and it's the need for the internet in single-player games.
Mm-hmm.
But I've realised, because it's 2 days, people, and actually, oh no, hang on, sorry. Well, this has been released on Monday, isn't it? So, yay, that was a great 24-hour stream that I did. I haven't done it yet because we're recording this on Thursday. But I am playing Hitman to start with. Now, what I've realised is I've put about 300 hours into Hitman on Xbox, and they haven't got cross-platform save, so cross-progression. So I've had to get it on my Steam Deck and quickly, as much as possible, unlock a load of stuff because I didn't even have a lockpick unlocked. And if you've ever played Hitman, you need a lockpick for a lot of the levels. And so I've just been trying to manically do some stuff. And you've got to be online. So, of course, I haven't been able to just take my Steam Deck and do whatever. I do have internet at my work, so I have been able to get some stuff unlocked. But things like Hitman, I love the game. Love the game to death.
It is a great game.
Yeah, just having to be online just because some people want to cheat. And that's the entire reason. There's no multiplayer. There are leaderboards, but they could easily submit to them and not need that. Why force us to have the internet? Because also there's all the things like I am saving. There's Conor McGregor in the latest Elusive Target, which is available for free apparently. Anybody can play it. So if you download the Hitman World of Assassination until the end of July, I think.
That's right.
You can play the Conor McGregor one. I am saving it for the 24-hour stream. Although I did read somewhere somebody put, that was a bit short. And apparently it can be completed in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's really minor.
30 seconds.
Well, I've read it anyway. I've not played it. So
I will play that. I will try and make it long, and maybe also apparently the place where it's in is the Isle of Scale, which there is a thing where you can kill everybody on it, and there's a different ending or something like that. So I might try and do that on the 24-hour stream.
Yeah,
might try and do that.
Have a massacre. Treat yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. Although I don't know whether the PC would take that many dead bodies. I think it might crash.
But the reason you need internet is because they track what you do in the game.
I know why they do it, but
they shouldn't.
Don't.
I have just a lead off.
And it's cheat as well. It's cheating as well. People bloody cheating.
I have one thing to say off the back of what you've just said, and it is a non-gaming thing. But I suppose if you was going on gaming websites or downloading ROMs legally, of course, then that would affect you. I hate now, every time you visit a website, it asks you to accept the privacy or the cookie settings. Every single freaking fucking website. Okay. The internet is broken completely. Okay. And it doesn't matter what websites even if you've clicked I accept this once, it asks you every freaking time. Okay, and it really annoys me, almost as much as it annoys me when I go on the Daily Mail website and that poxy video pops up on the...
Oh, God, don't go on the Daily Mail website.
Well, it's quick news, isn't it?
No, it's clickbait.
I agree.
God,
it's that stupid little video in the bottom right-hand corner that always loads and takes 15 minutes to play. Right, and I can't press the X to get rid of it. I just want to see the breaking news.
The other day, she said, I'm scared. There's a link I want to click, but it's a Daily Mail link, and I'm scared that you'll get angry at me. Because I'm just like, do you know the Daily Mail is actually one of the biggest online earners in terms of like clickbait and advertisements due to that in the world, not just in the UK kind of thing, but they are the kind of place that's like, oh, look at this person, they're looking really stupid, and then they'll have another article that's like, oh, look, they're fat shaming somebody, and then they'll have an article in the corner that says, look at this celebrity, they're fat. And then
I hate it when
it's owned by
Rupert Murdoch
as well. Yeah, so
I hate it when you get like the Echo website and it puts on a story, and then it has
that's a bit local for the podcast.
Yeah, well, Echo is all right.
And our local website.
I didn't say where the Echo was. I just said Echo newspaper, and they make you log in to read the article. But then it's like of a murdered teenager or something like that, and at the bottom it's got an advert for plastic surgery or something like that, or private healthcare.
Yeah, local ones don't really have the same
wrong.
filters as the big websites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we both have a nervous breakdown, shall we move on to our next?
It's been quite cathartic, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Shall we move on?
That's our therapy session over.
Yeah. So we decided off the back of a couple of weeks ago. I wasn't here for the episode where it was about sport games,
and we've had Wimbledon starting this week.
Yeah. So we decided to talk about golf and tennis games.
Yeah.
And there's a fair few. A lot of crap, but there's a fair few. So what's your favourite golf game?
One? Golf game.
Yeah.
Are we going by memories or what I think is actually a good golf
What
game?
you've played and what you've enjoyed?
Well, I mean, PGA Tour, it would have been 94, I think.
So the original?
So was that the original? I think it might have been the original, because you had PGA Tour PGA Tour 2 and 3. I think it was number 3 started. They actually had digitized players.
That's it. Yeah. So PGA Tour Golf on the Mega Drive came out in 1990.
Okay, so I would have been 11, 12 kind of thing.
Yeah.
That would have been too young. So it probably would have been PGA Tour 2.
Okay.
Maybe. I think that one I played at a friend's house. I never owned it myself. And yeah, I mean, it just absolutely amazed me because it was these 3D representations of real world. And if you look at it now, it looks stupid, but it was a 3D representation of it. And you were hitting something into a 3D representation of the world. It wasn't on a 2D plane. It was a 3D. I could hit that way. I could hit up. I could hit down. I could chip. I could I could flop. I could
punch. Yeah.
And it had physics. Well, did it have physics?
It did when you putted, because the go up and down to the side and all that. Like, yeah.
And so it was technically it was absolutely amazing, and you had schoolboys playing it, whereas nowadays it's more for the people who were schoolboys.
Yeah. I remember my sister's husband. He had a Mega Drive. He's a lot older than me. He's in his 60s. He had a Mega Drive, and we used to play PGA Tour Golf a lot, and we were very competitive. I had a Super Nintendo, so I bought PGA Tour Golf on the Super Nintendo, and we've discussed this before.
You told this before.
Yeah.
It was awful.
It plays really well, but it is very much like it's been drawn in Crayola crowns. However, graphically, the flybys are much better than the Mega Drive. But
I mean, the first PGA Tour was very cartoony, wasn't it? The characters
on the Super Nintendo, yes, but not on the Mega Drive. It was very much drawn, and it was very good. But it did have very, very pink trousers and yellow tops and things. But I practiced that game so much so that I would go to a par 3 and try and get a hole in one. And eventually I would repeat that level over and over again until I managed to get a hole in one and memorized how. So when I went back to, because I lived up north at the time, but when I went back down south to visit the brother, I could get hole in ones and eagles and all stuff like that and beat him. He doesn't know this. And we had a couple of goes where he'd be like, how the hell did you do that? So, yeah, many a fun time playing that.
PGA Tour Golf, the first one, had, even on the Mega Drive, had like very almost animated cartoon type characters.
Yeah, but then you compare it to the Super Nintendo and look at the difference.
I will do that while you ooh. Okay.
Whereas PGA Tour
It's
Golf,
almost like they tried to make it more detailed,
yeah,
but then made it more cartoony, more
yeah.
kid-like.
But they stepped it up with the sequel. So on the SNES, the PGA Tour Golf 2 and 3 were vastly better. And obviously PGA Tour Golf 3 on the Mega Drive had digital characters and things like that. But I think it vastly improved on the SNES from the second
Yeah,
one.
I think the one I played the most on was PGA Tour 2, which again had better looking people, but then it also had better looking everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, number 3, it actually had like digitized versions of the professional golfers, didn't
Yeah.
it?
Because that would have
I
been around the
you,
time
you
of
couldn't tell really that it could have been somebody's granddad for all we know, but because they were very low resolution and probably each swing had about 6 frames to it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But no, I mean they still hold up in terms of gameplay.
They do. In fact, I feel like we should have a golf night sometime when we're going to do our gaming evenings because
Yeah.
I think it'd be quite fun. I do have a Mega Drive, so we can play it on original hardware.
Oh,
So that'd
nice,
be good.
nice.
Now, there's 2 golf games that I have. One is a guilty pleasure, and the other one is just the most amazing golf game I've ever played. So, Palm Beach Golf on the Philips Palm Springs Open on the Philips CDI.
That
Please,
was literally literally pictures, wasn't it?
yeah. So we're talking. Let's have a look. Release date wise.
Were they actually any good though?
Well, so this came out. Let's see if we can get a date on this. This came out in 1991, so 1 year after PGA Tour Golf, and yes, it was a fully digitized
What's it called again?
Palm Springs Golf.
Palm
Sorry, the
Springs
Palm
Golf.
Springs Open. So it was fully digitized commentary, fully digitized players, fully digitized courses, including water, but it played like a tank. It was horrendous. There was no.
Was it? I suppose we haven't mentioned the fact that the controls, have we?
Mm,
Are you modern games? Are you a stick or a three button?
I am a 3 button.
3 button, all the way, all
All
the
the way.
way.
All the way. Yeah. So this golf game did a very similar thing to that 3-touch button thing. But it starts at the middle. You press it again when you get to the outer reaches of the bar. Then you press it again in the middle to get the straight shot. Graphically, it was phenomenal. Gameplay-wise, it was toilet. So, but because it's so amazing, and in 1991, this technology didn't exist anywhere else. To this day, I still have 2 copies, and I will often get it out and play it. So, the game that is the best golf game I've ever played was Super Swing Pyanga Golf or Pangya Golf. It's Pangya Golf.
Pangay.
YA Golf. And now, originally, this was an online game which you could play via a browser, and you had power ups and things like that.
Oh, is this like Everybody's Golf?
Very similar, yeah. It eventually got a Wii release, a
Okay.
boxed Wii release, and it
Yeah,
is amazing.
2006.
Incredible golf game, honestly.
Oh, excellent. Oh, I've never seen that before. I have, as I said, played Everybody's Golf, which was a similar. It's got that style. It's like a cartoony. I don't know what you. Yeah, this sort of cartoon, very anime Japanese.
Yeah.
I think, in fact, I can see a character here who has Chun Li's outfit on. It's not Chun Li, but it has Chun Li's outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's. That's it. This is the thing. I mean, golf games. I feel as a developer, it could be can be so easy to be good.
Yeah. Did you ever play golf on the Wii? Did you own a Wii?
I did, and I didn't own one. No, I did. I shared a flat with a friend who had one, so we played Wii Golf. We were more Wii bowling.
Oh, I love Wii Golf. Me and my mum used to have
But
competitions.
we did play Wii Golf. I have played. I did play a few. I did play PGA Tour on the Wii as well.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. Yeah,
Tiger Woods 08 on the Wii was amazing.
Me too, because sniffly, but motion controls. I did enjoy. I did enjoy it, but at the end of the day, I still would go back to 3-button controls. I'd still rather that, and aiming properly and whatnot. If I want to do, sort of swing my arm and swing round, I'll go and play golf. Thanks.
Yeah. I think the one game that probably everyone remembers for Windows was Link's Golf. That was the Windows game that had many different releases. It was digitized graphics, digitized courses. It got better and better each time. There was lots of technical advances in how you could play, and if you were a computer user and a golf fan, that's the one you bought.
Yeah, it was also another one that used digitized players, wasn't it?
Yeah, and courses.
Yeah, so some of them did. Some of them used it looked like trees and whatnot, but it wasn't. It was like an early version of digitized courses, but it very much went with the accuracy rather than the sort of the arcadey ones.
I think from Link 2003, all the courses were digitized, the sky, everything, but and it would say things like the computer player is thinking and things like that. So,
I did play. I think I did play a Link's game, but I don't think I ever actually owned one. See, now I'm thinking of it. I'm like, did I own one? No, I don't think I did. It was probably a demo, wasn't it? Because I think when the internet came out, they were like, you could download this demo of this game, and you'd get like one course, and the amount of time that it would take you to download it, you'd be like, oh, I'll just play this one course over and over and over and over again. Back in the early days of the internet. Yeah,
I think the most realistic game for golf was Jack Nicholson Perfect Golf. That was the most realistic golf.
Well, if you go back in time, yes. I mean, nowadays you've the graphics have taken another leap. I think in the last sort of 4 or 5 years, to the point where, it's you might as well. If you're not going to play that, the only other thing that's going to come anywhere near is playing golf. But yeah, going back 20 minutes or whatever it was when we started, PGA Tour is where it's at for me. I mean, it's got the most memories.
Yeah.
I mean, there is some other good golf games. So go to arcades, or not really arcades, mostly in the UK pubs. Golden Tee. You ever played a Golden Tee with the roller ball? I mean, there's still one in my local pub, I think, or in our local pub, I think.
Yeah.
There was one until recently, Golden Tee. So there were ones where they had worldwide competitions, weren't there? And you could win thousands of pounds. And they had proper international tournaments where people would come and play for thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
But I could never get on with them. It was like scroll back, scroll forwards. Oh, it's gone over. It's gone to the. I've hooked it.
Yeah.
Oh, and the putting as well. I was terrible. In fact, I was terrible at putting at most of the games. In fact, it was a bit like real life. Real life. I played golf in real life as well, and I was always great at aiming for like chipping or using the iron to get onto the green. And once I was on the green, yeah. In fact, I could get the green in regulation in real life, not a problem. And because I'm left-handed, I learned right-handed, but I could still play. So I could play left or right-handed.
Same, yeah. I'm actually right-handed, but I've got no choice but to be left-handed.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So I also learned a way of doing that and got quite good at putting, especially on Wii Golf and things like that.
We should go out and like challenge people to play left-handed.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
You could do like that. There's guys that I've seen on YouTube and whatnot that play one-handed. Yeah, a bit like Happy Gilmore kind of thing.
Yeah. I was a very accomplished American pool player at one stage, and when I went out to a country that you'll probably know, Gibraltar, which is a British colony, I rocked up, and the person I was dating at the time used to play pool for Gibraltar, and after a few drinks, they said, "Oh, do you want to play?" I said, "Yeah." I won, and then they said, "Oh, the champions in here. The two champions of Gibraltar." So there's me necking back vodka and cokes and playing, and I beat one of them, and the other one we had 5 games, and they won by 1 game. So I was very tough.
I used to be an 8-ball player, so as an 8-ball player, I would just say, an 8-ball player. American ball players, boo, you suck. Because the pockets are huge. It's like you could smack them anywhere. It's fine. But I used to be
on the smaller table, didn't you?
Yeah, I used to be a captain of a pool team, and I played for the town and all this kind of thing. Yeah. I haven't played for a long time, so I'm nowhere near as good as I used to be. But no, I was okay. I played a world champion once.
I feel like there's a challenge coming on.
I mean, here we want.
Let's do it.
It's normally, I tell you what, when I used to play, the main thing was I always had to get to the pub so I could have 1 pint first, because it would make me want to be able to play better. If I couldn't drink because I had to drive or something like that, I always lost.
I'm with you.
Whereas when somebody else drove, we could walk to wherever it was the match was, I won quite a lot of my matches, or most of my matches, and hence why I was made captain.
I remember being in Spain once with my dad. Sorry, guys, we're off topic here, but hey ho.
So Paul. Yeah. It's another sport game that you can get. Jimmy White's Whirlwind Snooker.
Yeah. We were in Spain, and I was 8 years old, and this guy's giving it the big in this pub, and I was with my dad, and my dad said, "He'll play you." And there's all this like pound coins on the table, you know, where it used to work. And my dad nominated me to play this guy, knowing full well. And he said to me, "Lose the first game." So I lost the first game deliberately. And then I beat him like 3 games straight and took all the money off the table. And my dad was like laughing because he knew what I was going to do. And and they had all free drinks all night because I won these matches, and I had like packets of crisps and stuff like that. And
I never hustled. I just played in the pub that I played in, because we played for them and brought other people in for the drinks and whatnot. They just let us. They used to go, "Here you go, here's a 10 or 50p's," because oh god, blimey, this is going back to late 90s, I would say. Yeah, late 90s, I think this was. So I was probably in the pub 4 or 5 nights a week. But yeah, hey, Paul and snooker games, there's been some good ones. Yeah, Jimmy White. So anyway, so
let's move on to tennis.
Back to tennis, yes. I've got to say there's 2 for me, 2, and that's it.
Go for it.
Virtua and Mario. That's
Okay.
it. Those two don't need any bit. Wii Sports Tennis, okay, yeah, it's a bit of fun and everything. But in terms of if you want a tennis game, Mario Tennis, Virtua Tennis. That's it. You can't tell me that there's any other games that are any good.
Virtual tennis,
So
particularly.
let's move on then.
Virtual tennis, particularly on the PSP, was phenomenal.
Yes, I had
really,
that. I had that. That was
the World Tour edition, great. International tennis again on the CDI, the 2-player version, with digitized graphics, digitized everything, and commentary. That was amazing. Again, still play it to this day, and if you can get it was available on PC, still is. And if you can get your head around the controls, you can really have some competitive matches on that one. That's great fun. But for me, I think either Super Tennis on the Super Nintendo. Can't believe I'm saying that.
Smash Court Tennis as well. I forgot about Smash Court Tennis.
That was good, yeah. But
that
the
was
one I
that
really
you
liked,
had. Well, it wasn't Smash Court Tennis that you could play at home. It was the one that was in some pubs and arcades, and it was like a flat coffee table kind of machine, and it was an overhead. So you were literally playing like you were watching overhead of a match, and you would run around, hit it, and when the ball was going up in the air, it would get bigger.
That's it,
and then get smaller as it went down, and then you could hit it. And Smash Court Tennis. That was, but arcade only, not the home versions.
I liked Grand Slam Wimbledon tennis on the Wii. So it was.
Can't say I played that.
It was almost like playing with proper players, but they were like Wii characters, but vastly better and bigger. It had motion controls. You played at Wimbledon, of course, and it was absolutely brilliant. And plus, for me, you could play one-handed, so that worked really well for me. A lot of VR tennis games you need to have two hands, which is no good for my liking. But yeah, that was a fantastic game. And
hang on, so for VR tennis games, you need two hands.
One to throw it up to serve, and the other one to
use. Okay, yes.
And of course, that completely alienates me from pretty much every single tennis game.
Yeah. So, okay.
Apart from RX Racket, which is like a futuristic Tron game, which is brilliant.
And that's where we need angry things of being able to change the controls. Because if you could put throwing up onto a different button and then throw it up and then shoot, that would make it perfect.
It would. But there are some amazing tennis games that have come out recently. And it's, I can't remember, I'm just loading them now. Because there are so many decent games.
There was one that was on Game Pass. I can't remember it now, and it was okay, but there was an issue with it, and I can't remember what it was.
Tennis World Tour 2, which was really, really good.
Tennis World Tour 2, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, and AO International Tennis, which is a brilliant game.
Tennis World Tour 2.
It's called AO Tennis.
I'm just trying to look up what it was that was the issue.
Wasn't it the timing of the shots? You had to be. They were precision.
Oh blimey! Yeah, I mean, it's only got 56% on PS4, 60% on PC, 58 on Xbox One, 55 on Switch. So there was definitely something wrong with it. And I can't remember.
I'm sure it was the timing thing between the ball hitting the court on the return to you hitting it back. And
it was just the first review that comes up. This game is the most logical and stupid game I ever played. Starting from not making any point with the stamina bar when you are full and the opponent is on low. You hit perfect from one corner to another, and the opponent can take the ball easily. Until sometimes your player teleports towards the ball, and that's ruining your timing. Literally is a bleep disgrace, this game. I won't encourage you to pay money for it. Okay. They gave it 0 out of 10. See, I think I scored it at like a 5 out of 10 kind of thing. So yeah.
Grand Slam Tennis 2. I'm not sure if it had a Wii version. Let me have a look. It did get a. Oh no, it didn't. Did it? It got a PlayStation
Grand
3
Slam
version.
Tennis Wii version, 2012, 78%.
Yeah, but Grand Slam Tennis
2009, 2, you have Xbox 360 and PS3.
Yeah, so it
And
used
it's
the
got
PlayStation
73
1.
and 71. So
Yeah, that was a great
not
game.
bad, not bad.
Yeah,
It's got John McEnroe. Oh my god, it's got Novak Djokovic on it on the cover.
Yeah,
And he is still going. He's got into the next round in Wimbledon this year. And this is from 2012.
Yeah.
So that's 12 years later, and he's still at
going.
37. When
shame, unfortunately,
amazing.
Federer's retired and Djokovic's, well, on his way out, I think, slowly. So
he will be. He will. I mean, he's 37, and he could possibly still win it this year. But yeah, it is the twilight of his career, even though he's still at the top.
Oh, we've just had some news, some gaming news that's just been released. So the Nintendo Switch Online exclusive F-Zero 99 has received a update, and it's now on version 1.40. And it includes festival-themed versions of the courses, separate leaderboard events, AI-controlled races,
so bots,
gameplay adjustments, and so on. There's loads of updates on this, but still not a thing where there's not 99 freaking players on the course all at once, and it means it's a pointless game.
Yeah. I mean, if it's got AI people, then players, then is that players? Ooh.
We just want a normal F-Zero game with maybe 10 players at once and have a league, an online league, and that'll do. A bit like Mario Kart. Why'd they have to ruin it? I mean, anyway.
So Eric, back to tennis. Do you do you want the realism, sort of realistic-ish, of a Virtua and the Grand Slam Tennis, or are you happy with trying things like the Mario Tennis?
I like Mario Tennis, particularly on the
it does do it quite well, doesn't it?
Yeah,
there are terrible ones.
I liked it on the Wii U. I very, very much liked it.
I loved it on the Game Boy. I loved it on the
the Virtual Boy version was fantastic.
Yeah,
believe it or not. But yeah, I prefer realism. I like motion controls. With one hand.
I probably would prefer Virtua Tennis to Mario, but Mario Tennis does have a play. I mean, it has that RPG-esque sort of level of it as well, where it unlocks things gradually.
I like playing with your mates,
and you'll just beat somebody, and then that unlocks something which helps you to just beat the next person.
I like that. I think we need a one-handed, decent tennis game on VR. Well, so anyone listening out there that knows of one or is a developer, get your ass in gear and sort it out.
I mean, I just really want to look at Steam now, don't I?
Here he goes.
I'm sure there's got to be something, isn't there, on Steam?
Well, problem is you can't play a tennis game
on VR
using Steam, because
there is literally something called Tennis VR, and it is a negative overall user reviews.
And the problem is,
here we go. There are Tennis VR
to the laptop.
There are Table Tennis VR. I'm sure a lot of these are probably on Steam, and they're on All-in-One Sports VR. Oh God, it's not. Oh, there you go. 13 sports. Oh, it starts literally with a woman putting on Quest 2.
Oh, thought that was a euphemism.
All in one sports VR. It's got very positive on Steam. And it's got, hang on, let me find. Oh, not recommended is the first advert. Apparently, some of the games are a little bit frustrating, but other people have said it's very good. It's Wii Sports, basically. So it's got archery, billiards, baseball, badminton, basketball, bowling, boxing, lots of bees, darts, golf, ping pong, tennis, volleyball, and squash. A lot of those sound like Pong back in the day when you had 20 different games and they were all just Pong in different forms. Yeah, but no, there you go. All in one sports VR. I haven't played it. I don't know what it's like, but I'm sure that's probably on Quest as well. There you go.
I've just actually found a thing on the Meta forums, and someone's posted games for one-handed people, and there's a whole
fantastic.
So I'll be having a look at that. And on that note, I think we've kind of.
I was going to say we've done an hour and a half so far. Okay. So I think we talked about everything that we were going to. Well, we ranted about everything we were going to.
We did. Yeah. So we've got some fantastic interviews coming up in the next few weeks. We've got hopefully Martin coming back.
Yes, Martin. Hopefully, he's currently actually involved with some
rigging the elections,
the election counting or
miscounting.
Hopefully,
yeah.
We've paid him a couple £100 to stick some extras in for not the Tories.
Well, what they've done is they've just brought a load of.
So if anybody's listening that would arrest him for doing that, no, we totally didn't, but we did. But
yeah, something like that.
Right, I've just gone to the Meta Quest store, and I just typed in tennis, and there's at least 4. Oh no, that's just apps. Okay. Oh my God, there's loads of them. There's loads of. Oh no, that's got Sniper Elite.
But they're not.
First-person tennis, pickleball 1, VR table tennis, match point tennis. That's another one that was good. Match point.
Not one-handed.
Is it not one-handed? No. Okay. I'm not saying any of these are particularly known for being one-handed. They might not be.
No.
Is there a filter that you can use on the MetaQuest?
One-handed games.
One-handed games. Well, that's something that you could ask for.
So apparently,
hey Meta, I am one-handed. Is there a filter that you could put in that people could put that their games are suitable for one-handed people?
Apparently, there's a game called Slam on App Labs, which is one-handed.
Slam. There you go. $7.99 on App Lab. There you go. Yeah, and it is a purely tennis game. Oh God, it started playing. Oh, that was loud. Anyway, so there are games available, but that is a filter that we should be asking them to have a filter that you can filter games that only require one hand.
Well, I think that's a definite.
Yeah. So anyway, right. Obviously, this is coming out after I've done my 24-hour stream. So I will say, those that supported me, thank you very much. Keep donating. You are welcome to donate. Donate to Cancer Research UK, whatever. If you don't do it through my thing, I don't care. Just donate to them. I'm going to be playing the Mortuary Assistant. So, oh God, at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm going to be trying to stay up for that because I want to see you shit yourself.
Yeah, I watched a couple of videos of it, and I'm like, and then they said that worst thing, it's random scares. I'm like, oh no. So I can't even prepare myself because it's random.
And it looks
Oh.
through the window at you.
But other than that, I'm going to be playing Hitman, This Bed We Made, Jackbox, 8 o'clock in the evening on Saturday the 6th, British summertime. So 8 o'clock, if you want to join in, I will. I'm putting this out to all friends and everything. I cannot play this by myself, so I will just be sitting there doing nothing if nobody comes and plays with me. There you go. So come and play with me.
And what format?
Oh no! What am I saying? This is coming out after. Oh god, this is coming out afterwards. So, yeah, thank you to all those who came out and played with me. Please, I hope you did. Yeah.
We'll stick some links up, and maybe we can put the live video feed on our Facebook group as well. So,
yeah, I mean, it's twitch.tv/Focus on Gaming Podcast. And the Tiltify link is on our Facebook, which is facebook.com.
Kindly cancer
just go to focusongaming.co.uk.
There we go.
And that has our links to our Facebook, all our episodes, everything that you would need. And all the links to the 24-hour stream are on our Facebook. And there you go. So thank you, everybody, that came out and supported me, because this is weird, because it hasn't happened, and I'm thanking people. Yeah, it's going to be hard being 46 and staying up for 24 hours. And previous ones I've done, my wife has cooked for me, has done things for me. She's taken my 6-year-old away and the other ones away as well. So I'm at the house by myself.
Well, that's just a good enough excuse to order takeaway.
Yeah, there is that. But then I've got to listen out for that. And I mean, yeah, but I don't know. Well, whatever happened, this is in the future. So that will have happened.
Like
maybe.
a paradox.
Oh, God, it's really weird. It's really weird. So thank you, everybody, for donating. If you haven't donated, donate some more.
And we'll let you know what he raised in the future.
Yeah, I've already got a tenner raised. That was my dad. But thank you, Dad. If you're listening to this, he isn't listening to this.
I will be donating as well.
He doesn't like gaming. So anyway, right.
Next week.
Till next week.
Till the future.
The future.
Yeah. Nanu.
Like and subscribe. Bye.